Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy September 1st. We are officially in the month of the next WWE 2K25's DLC, official DLC pack. We've been getting updates for my faction and the island, and we've been getting new creation parts locked to the island, which you can't do anything with. I have a feeling that that's going to change in 2K26, and they're going to leverage that as a major way to make new funds for the game, new money. And I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, so for today, we're going to focus on 2K25, and we're going to look at the next DLC pack, which comes out on September 17th. Let's go over to the SmackDown Hotel. Once again, shout outs to them. I love the site. I always use the site for most of my videos because they're the #1 source for information, and they're very, very accurate. And as soon as some new information comes out, boom, it's on their website, and they're covering it. So make sure you go bookmark it, give them some traction, some footsteps, or whatever you call it, the technical term. And let's go look at this pack. All right, so here is the next pack, and the website kind of spaced them out because of all these stupid ads. So September 17th, which is about 17 days from now, Billy Gunn, D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, Road Dogg, and Victoria. And we've seen that Mark Henry is going to be the dreadlocks version, not the bald version of Mark Henry, which makes me happy because I think he looked the most like intimidating, vicious when he had his long dreadlocks. He had the cool "Somebody Gonna Get the awesome theme song. They really treated him as like championship material. Then I feel like that's the best version of Mark Henry. And then I was so bummed when they made him the ECW champion. They changed the belt for him, and I have that belt. That's the first replica belt I ever bought. It's one of my favorite championship designs ever, mainly because they didn't use gold. It kind of fit with the ECW style as far as like it's industrial, it's hardcore, because if you put shiny gold on it, it doesn't seem like a hardcore wrestling fighting thing. I don't know. That's just me, but I just like the way it looked. It looked really, really cool. I used that belt design for my main championships in the old games. Now I use the NXT one because I like the cool shape of it, the outline of it. But yeah, that's one of my favorite championships ever. I'm super glad that he's in the game. I think he was the last ECW champion, wasn't he? Before they axed it because they were trying to turn it into like Diet Coke ECW. That makes sense, instead of actual ECW, because let's face it, the wrestlers would all be injured every week, so they didn't want to go full ECW. But it was a cool experiment. They had a lot of cool wrestlers in there. RVD became champion, beat CM Punk, beat John Cena. My brain. Anyway, so I'm super happy with this, and hopefully we get the full on DX entrances. And at the very least, their tag team entrance. D'Lo Brown, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn. Sorry, my brain is all over the place. It's my first day off in like 2 weeks, so I was like, whew. Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg. Hopefully they'll get their cool entrance, and they'll actually have them say the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the New Age Outlaws. It's been a minute since I've heard that whole thing, but I used to say it with them every single week or every time they'd wrestle. Hopefully that's in the game during their entrance. That'd be super cool. And then be able to control the camera and watch it from any angle. That'll be super fun. But I really hope they add in the full DX entrance with all of them. We're talking Triple H, HBK, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac. All of them. The entire thing. And then hopefully, they could add China in there. I'm super glad to see Victoria back in the game. It's been a minute, and honestly, she's probably one of the best to ever do it. She's not on the level of Trish Stratus or Lita as far as like popularity goes, but as far as wrestling and being one of the pioneers of the women's division, yes, I think she is on their level. Absolutely. She does not get enough credit for her contribution to pro wrestling. So I'm glad to see that she's back in the game. D'Lo Brown, heck yes. Always love D'Lo Brown, especially his overly animated like moves and stuff. What was it? The old SmackDown? It's either SmackDown, the very first SmackDown game, or the second SmackDown game, where he's in the video and he's doing his move on top of the car's hood, and he's doing the whole, he's over animated. D'Lo Brown was awesome. But out of this pack, I like everybody in this pack. I can't pick a favorite. If I had to, I'd say Mark Henry. And what's really crazy is Billy Gunn, even though he's in AEW, he's allowed to be in 2K25. That's pretty cool. That means he has creative control over himself, and he's not locked to AEW. Good on Tony Khan for not being a jackass and like, no, you can't be in the game. No, that'd be dumb. Why can't we put Dustin Rhodes in it then? I want Gold Dust and and Stardust in a tag team and making my tag team champions. That'd be funny. So, before we move on, there's also, make sure I got this up here. I got it zoomed in so it's not the same on both screens. We're also getting El Grande Americano this month, according to the SmackDown Hotel. So that would mean he should be also releasing on the same day as these, because that makes the most sense. So September 17th. So we're gonna get 6 new superstars. And I know people keep asking about Nikki Bella and Goldberg, like where are those packs? I have a feeling that that's going to be the final pack, if they are going to be, like as the rumor and leaks suggest. I think that's going to be the last pack, can't see my hand here, that they charge for, like they did with the Bray Wyatt pack last year, and then the Bad Bunny pack the year before. I think they did one other one too, and I can't remember. It might be the only two. But yeah, I think that's going to be the case for this year. That last final pack, so they have something new for Christmas, will be probably Nikki Bella or Goldberg. They might save Nikki Bella for next year, honestly, as like a selling point. Hey, Nikki Bella's back. And then have the Bella twins in the game. They might be part of the first DLC pack for next year's game, so that's the Bella twins. For her new gimmick, though, they should just add her like into the base game and then Bella twins later. I don't know how they're going to do this. I would hate being the guy that has to make all these decisions, because when you put in non-wrestlers in your DLC packs, kind of piss off the whole fan base, if you know what I mean. So there is that. Especially if you were like me and you buy the big creme de la creme $140. I wonder if they're going to increase the price next year. If they increase the price to like $150 for the Ultimate Pack, like the Blood Money Edition pack, shoutouts to Mr. Dubs, then, well, that's going to be an issue, especially with the economy going bad. Console prices are going up. So there's one last thing I want to talk about before we end the video, and that would be, does 2K26 only come out on PlayStation 5, Series X, and Switch 2, and obviously PC? Or is it going to be one more year of it coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One? Because there is a huge fan base there. I think because of the Nintendo Switch 2, I think we're going to get, and PC of course, I think we're going to get one more year of the game being on every platform. And that's going to suck, because it's going to still be held back. They're going to use that as an excuse not to make everything perfect, or to, make things run better. And it's going to really hold back the franchise. The island mode will not be, I don't think, on PC again next year, especially if they make it on last gen, because they'll use that version of the game to be on PC, because then that way they don't have to give players, the modding community, access to the new island mode. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe it took them an extra year to build up a way to prevent people from giving away that stuff for free, because it always has to check the server. I have a feeling that's going to be a nightmare for the Nintendo Switch 2 version if WWE 2K26 comes out the same day as the other versions on the Switch 2. I don't see why it wouldn't. If it comes out later, it's going to put it at a disadvantage once again. And if it doesn't have all the stuff on the game, like the image uploader and the cross communications with current gen consoles, like the Xbox Series systems and of course the PlayStation 5, well, there's that. Anyway, so are you excited for this pack? Who is the one you're most likely to play as first? Billy Gunn, D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, Road Dogg, or Victoria? For me, Mark Henry, all the way. I love Mark Henry. And then I'll probably have him beat up both Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. I'll have Mark Henry and Victoria team up and take on the New Age Outlaws. That'll be it. And then D'Lo Brown will be the ref. Anyway, that's my plan. And then El Grande Americano will interfere and have the whole match thrown out. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sound in the comments below, and stay frosty.